Hi, everybody. My name's DM Craig.
I'm Silver.
I'm Dallas.
And I'm Lucia.
And welcome back to Valaclaci.
AKA Fight Night.
It's fight night.
Round
Fight
two.
Night.
So, well, what happened last episode, guys?
A little bit of everything. We had a planning session for the upcoming fight. We went and bought a potion, and Burke actually did a little bit of leather working with that potion to put it into his armor. So Dalhis is all prepared for the fight, and Lucia had her own little adventure that ended up kind of overlapping with us.
Lucia made friends with a gnome. She's never really made a friend on her own either, so she's like super secretly excited about this. Because like she became friends with Silver and Dalhis because they had to break out of jail together, but like she's never made a friend before, but like she made friends with Scott the gnome.
And we decided to meet up with Scott the Gnome later on in the evening after the upcoming fight that we have today.
That we place bets on me.
Oh yeah, and we placed some bets. Absolutely, we did a
Some
little
pretty good odds for you guys. Because I don't think a lot of people are thinking Dallas is going to come out of this one. Like, they think he may have gotten a little lucky on the first one. The girl didn't know. I don't know. So we'll see how it goes. So
Let's get ready to run.
that's kind of where we're going to jump right back into it. Is are you going to do any kind of grand entrance for Dalhis again, Silver?
Yeah, of
Okay.
course. So before the fight, once again, as I go to introduce him, I said, "Do you want me to do an introduction for him?" Or?
Just do like give us the overview of what you do, and then I'll have you guys roll
Okay.
to make sure your performance is good.
Basically, I do the, yesterday you got a taste of his power, but it's like, but the fight did nothing but enrage him and bring him back to a more primal and stronger form. My man Doomfist shall rip apart the competition today before your very eyes. Welcome the greatest of all fighters, Doomfist.
Give me a performance check.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay, so you go through and do it, but maybe the crowd already saw this act yesterday, so they kind of were expecting it. They're still excited, they're clapping and whatnot. They're really expecting the roar again. They're like, okay, that was the roar from yesterday. He doesn't seem any more terrible. So maybe there's a little bit of like they're dulled down their senses on it, but they're still kind of excited. And the person you're fighting, Alberic Baldurk, he comes out, he has no fanfare, he just comes right out there, slams his fists together, he gives out a nice little roar as well. And he's pretty much just, what is roar, intimidation, what is that based on?
I did intimidation.
Right, but what is that based on, do you know? You got a plus
charisma?
one. Is it a charisma based?
Yeah.
Okay, so he comes out. His little roar doesn't really do all that much for anybody either, but you can tell that wasn't his goal. His goal was actually pumping himself up with it. So at that, you look over and the person leading the fight off kind of gives everybody the nod, gives the signal, and it's time to go. So
Oh man, here we go.
we'll do the three of us here. We'll do we'll do Aldrich. Or Alberic, excuse me, Aldrich's Dark Souls. We'll do Alberic, and we'll do Silver, and we'll do Dalhis. Everybody roll. Oh, I gotta get the turn order up. Okay. Everybody roll initiative.
Is he
All right.
where he's supposed? Is the dwarf where he's supposed to be?
Yes, he is.
Okay.
Silver rolls a 16.
Ooh, Dalhis rolls a 4.
Okay, Silver, it is your turn first in this fight.
All right. I am going to. I'm going to. There's not really anything to do to really prepare the spell, but I'm just going to let you know I'm preparing to use a prestidigitation spell, and I turn to the crowd though, just at this moment to especially anyone that is close to in the vicinity to me, to let them know in a big loud voice saying, "Watch as my fighter will terrify this dwarf." And then I say that. And so they're all like eager, as I'm trying to get them all hyped up and eagerly watching specifically to see if the dwarf gets somehow terrified.
Okay. Go ahead and do a performance check again for me.
Okay. 21, baby.
The dwarf actually looks over, and he looks over there, man, and he's like, "Oh shit, is this guy serious? And he's completely caught off guard. To where he's looking, he's just staring, and he was on his way out to the middle of the arena to fight, but now he's kind of looking over at Silver when he's doing that. I'm like, oh shit. And now, Dalhis, it is your turn.
Okay. The middle of the arena. Can I reach there? So,
remember the plan, Dalhis, please.
Yeah. I will do something very similar. I will run. Actually, no, I'm not. Nope. I'm all in today. I'm gonna run straight up to him. That's my character, and do an unarmed strike right up to him. Obviously, I run around the little half wall.
That's fine. All right, go ahead and roll your unarmed attack.
His rolls a 17.
17.
Wow.
17. That is going to hit. You come on for
6 damage.
6 damage. Give me 1 second to fully. So you go through, and in one punch, this dude's bleeding from the mouth already.
Okay. I'm going to notice, like, he's not bloodied, but he's already just bleeding.
Yeah, but you have an idea. If you punch him again, he's gonna be bloodied.
All right. With that, I'm probably going to be enraged at seeing blood. Not like enraged, but like get into the crowd, and
he's feeling himself.
I'm gonna take shit. I don't even know what I want to do. This is so intense. I'll take my. Yep. I'm gonna do. You spend a key point, and that's what he's gonna do. He's gonna see that blood and do 2 unarmed strikes.
Yes! Are you kidding me?
One rolls a 23, and I'm assuming that hits.
If 17 hit, that hit too.
Yep, for 6 damage, and then the other 21 that he rolls hits for 7 damage.
Are you kidding me, doll? Doofist.
So you go through, and after seeing that punch, he was completely thrown off by this Doomfist chant by this lone half elf over the side that was getting the crowd involved, and he just got like, it scared the ever living piss out of him coming up to where he was very much focused on what you guys were all doing. And Dalhis comes right up and just right arm just hits him right in the face. The right arm comes across, hits him in the body with a left, and then just uppercuts this dwarf, somehow getting underneath all the way low. 7 foot tall dragon gets leverage underneath this dwarf and just uppercuts him 3 feet into the air, and the dwarf backflips and just lands completely out cold. And they stop the fight right there. They're like, whoa, that uppercut was not necessary. And then they call the fight immediately, and the guy comes out and raises Dalhis's arms, and everybody starts cheering.
I'm gonna roar like out of like just all my adrenaline is coming out at that point.
Holy balls! He destroyed this guy in one. He was supposed to be tougher, but Silver's chant to get everybody going, and then he he almost critically failed the Constitution check to keep his wits about him, so he's completely distracted, and Dal just comes out and just smokes him with 3 amazing punches, and this man's down.
Oh my god, that's fantastic.
Oh, but I did say that you heard things. Just don't let this guy punch you.
Wow.
So you didn't let him punch you. You did the exact thing that you were supposed to do. So in one turn, you're able to come up and just beat the shit out of this guy.
All right. And I'm sure the crowd's really into this one.
Oh, the crowd loved that one. They're like, holy crap.
I wish there was fireworks.
Oh.
Yeah, so there we go. That's the
wow. I mean, I don't even have anything to add. Like, the crowd would be so deafening that Silver couldn't even be like, "What'd I tell you?" Like, nothing. Like, he couldn't.
Okay.
There's no way he could do anything. Are you kidding me? He literally catapulted a dwarf into the sky. Like, there's nothing going to top that.
Okay, yeah. So that'll that'll do that
was
flight. That was a
fast.
lot faster than I thought it was going to be.
I'll take it.
All right, so where are you guys heading after this now?
Are you kidding me? This is
I'm going to watch the next fight
Okay.
to and understand, who I'm fighting against for the next round.
Silver will sit with him and watch, but silently be giving him a level of reverence that he has never given Dalhis before, to the point where he's like, "Holy shit! I had no idea that you had that much power."
It's the rolls, baby. It's the rolls.
Wow.
Well,
Character just thinks that you're just like a god, basically. He's like, "What the hell? How is he so strong?"
I can go through and give you guys a little bit more insight into how the fight went a little bit later.
Okay.
So we'll say that you went there, you saw the fight, and you'll be able to kind of like strategize and talk about your opponent, because you saw the other semifinalist fight there, and you saw who won. And you did get their name. It's a female human, and you look at her and you go, I don't know, Dalhis. That's she's kind of big. You might want to make sure that you got your wits about you tomorrow. Her name's Safre Basha, and you wonder if the last name is actually like her actual last name. Her surname is her actual surname, or if that's what she calls herself, because you saw someone almost go down as fast as that dwarf went down to Dalhis. So this is just going to be a powerhouse matchup at the end of this. But you guys did get your money. If you go back out and talk to...
of course that's like Silver's gonna literally be like hop, skip, and jumping over there collecting his cash.
And Saru was so impressed that he's actually gonna waive the 0.5. And he's like, you know what? You made me a lot of money because a lot of people lost their bets on you guys. So he bumps yours up to 15 gold. Dalhis.
Oh, for me?
Yeah.
And
Okay.
so I get, Dalhis gets, that's fine. And what do I get for that? I'm sorry.
You got 50 gold.
50.
If
Gotcha.
I
You
just
got
get a little bit
50
more.
and Dalhis gets 15 out of it.
Okay. Yep.
Okay. And can we place bets for tomorrow's fight yet, or is that we have to wait for that?
He's gonna wait and see the
That's
market before he
That's
lets
fine.
you do that.
Gotcha.
So
Okay.
So yeah, go ahead.
Dinner time.
Yeah, let's go see our boy.
Okay.
Scott, he's our man.
I mean, it was a late enough fight where that would make sense too, right?
Yeah.
Even though it was over quickly.
Yeah, we watched the two fights. They were both over pretty quickly.
Yeah,
apparently.
they both were kind of quick, and some of the guys around there are like, "Shit, we didn't get the alcohol sales we were supposed to get today." Yeah, so you guys meet back there, and you guys are sitting around. Do you guys have any like things you're wanting to talk about? You gonna tell Lucia? I'll let you guys talk about the fight if you want to let Lucia know what happened.
Silver's
Lucia?
tripping over his own words. He's so excited to tell her about what happened.
I gave him the good old 1, 2, and then the 3. Did not see the 3 coming. I lifted that dwarf into the air. I didn't know dwarfs could fly, just like I didn't know fish could fly earlier today either. But
So he kind of looks at him like, is he okay?
And Silver's trying to he's so excited. He's talking like he's an excited 7-year-old. He's like, "Oh my god, you see him? He went flying into there. That's amazing. I made so much money. I love this town."
where's our friend Scott?
Did Lucia have any other?
Oh,
I was
yeah.
making sure Lucia didn't have anything else really to say about it. Like,
Nope.
if she was going to be mad. Okay. You guys sit there and are kind of eating around a little bit, and Scott's a little later than normal. He comes up apologizing. "I'm sorry. Things got a little crazy over at the fish market there.
They were a little bit fishy.
Things weren't going swimmingly today at the fish market."
I like this guy.
And he sits down, which Dalhis doesn't know if he's actually sitting or standing on the stool near him at the table you guys are at, but and he sits down and talks and he goes, "Okay, so let's I kind of want to hear what your guys' thoughts are here. Like what's your guys' game plan in this?"
Well, obviously we saw this job board. I don't know. Lucia's been running down most of the the questions while I've been fighting. Did you see my fight, Scott?
Nope, sorry, was working. Told you things were going.
Have you heard about it?
No,
Lucia's like rolling her eyes very obviously at this point.
And of course, I give a detailed account of what happened.
Okay, can you give me a performance? I'm going to see how well you did talking up of it. So
Dallas rolls an 11.
So you were able to kind of get him somewhat excited, but he's like, well, yeah, it kind of sounds like one of those fish stories. Again, those fishing stories where the fish keeps getting bigger and bigger. So he's not exactly sure how true it is, but he believes that you did win and that you did well enough. Obviously, you're excited, but he's like, 3 punches. I don't know about that. I can't imagine the entire fight was over in 12 seconds. But okay, whatever.
Okay, so anyways, we recount that, and then we're like, so we saw this a couple weeks ago when we were back through the town, and we thought about it. We asked around, and we were actually very wary until yesterday and the day before. So Lucia, I'll let you kind of speak to your thoughts on it, but I'm okay with going.
So she's gonna because she did not go this detailed with them or with Scott before, at least. So she's gonna go through and explain like how like she spent her whole life like being told by Ander not to go up there. But she's going to talk about how they saw the job posting, and she's going to say, I didn't find much in the books. Like every time I turned around, like everybody would give me a different answer. Like, oh, that's a fairy tale. There's werewolves there. There's, like people would just say whatever. And then, she's going to be like, and Scott's you're the first person I've met that has actually been there and actually has told the truth.
Well, I only got through a couple rooms in that thing, and I mean, it is not for the faint of heart.
What did you see, or what were you up against?
I don't even know what some of these things were. See, I want to let you know kind of how I operate. I'm sure you guys have noticed I'm a little smaller, even than most gnomes, and I'm really good at slinking around in the shadows and making sure that I'm not detected. And
I'm pretty stealthy myself.
And that allows me, he kind of gives you he goes, and that allows me to really get some good shots in on people that aren't paying attention. But I mean, just in the few places I was, there's more than one. And some of those things, I don't even know if they had a physical form. I'm not sure what was going on with them. So I didn't want to chance it. I am not he uses the game words for, I don't have a lot of hit points.
Yeah. I'm not a hardy guy.
Yeah. I'm not a hardy fellow. I rely solely on, surviving in these situations. So it was just tough. I was not going to be able to go through and do that.
No physical forms, you say?
I was ghosts, maybe, I don't know, remnants of whatever. I mean, you go there and you just get this feeling some bad juju happened at some point.
Turns to Lucia. I can't light ghosts on fire.
Wait, are you the magic user?
At this point, Silver shoots Lucia a angry glance, goes, I didn't realize that was public information.
I can use magic.
And
Dalhis not helping.
You're gonna see that Scott kind of actually winces back, like, oh crap, he didn't think that was gonna be something that was a problem, and you can see him kind of you can see like guilt kind of in his face, or maybe embarrassment or whatever you want to call it, of where he's like, oh shit, I did not know we weren't supposed to talk about that.
It's okay.
Yeah. And
Lucy is going to kind of glare back at Silver and be like, I'm sorry, I didn't know it was private information.
And Scott's going to try to go, I'm sorry, I did not mean to bring up something. Let's just move on here. So what exactly are you wanting from me on this?
The rooms that you were in, did you notice anything of value in them?
Damn it. I was so close to seeing if you're like, hey, was there something strange? It's open. Like I said, I was only in a couple ruins. I was only in a couple rooms, so I didn't explore very much of the place. It looked like they kind of went in and it branched off. I don't know. I did see a little bit of gold in one of the corners, at one point, but it was in the room that I decided, nope, not worth it, not doing it. I'm getting out of here.
Turning back to the group and saying, seems like it's not as easy as a smash and grab as I had hoped.
We can do it. I just took a guy down in 3 punches.
Silver, you know what? Hold on.
I'm still trying to figure out what exactly you guys are wanting from me this entire, like what are you guys wanting me to do?
Well, I was hoping you could come with us, and we could hopefully go through and clear some more rooms out and see what we find.
Agreed.
Just be an extra man in our party.
Okay, I was just I really wanted to make sure. I didn't know if I was just, because I can't take time off work just to show you guys where these ruins are. But if you're saying that I might be able to actually join you.
Yes, of course. Yes, that's. Sorry, we did not make our intentions clear earlier.
Lucia kind of looks at Scott and gives like a half smile and is like, I could use another little guy in the party.
Okay, you can see he kind of softens to that and he goes, this would go a long way for me to repair my pride of not being able to go through there. I mean, I wanted to go through on my own, but now I just want to kind of do it. Okay, how about this? Whatever you guys were going to get, I just want to be dealt in evenly with this.
Lucia has absolutely no problem with this.
Sounds fair to me.
Silver thinks about being stingy, but upon seeing the little gnome's face and how excited he is, he would soften to that and be like, "Yeah, that's fair." Say you pull Dollhiss's weight and we'll call it good.
Okay.
We're planning on leaving, heading out tomorrow after the tournament's over.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Well, not tomorrow night, but the next day.
Okay.
Or it could be a couple days after.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just give me a little bit of time to kind of get some affairs in order. I need someone to run the fish shop there. Because clever name for fish shop.
Fishy business.
You want to ask Mark?
I don't trust Mark. He's a good friend. I don't trust him running the shop.
I turn to Dallas and say, "Look, after the tournament, we'll need a couple days to celebrate your win anyway."
If you guys give me a little bit of time where I can get somebody to help me to kind of take things over for a little bit, because I mean it's going to take us almost 2 weeks just to get there in general. So this is.
Oh, at this point, we're going to let him know we do have a horse and cart to.
Oh my!
Get there a little
speed
bit faster.
that up a bit.
And then you can tell he's actually visibly excited, not having to walk that entire way because he is not a fast person as a little gnome getting across that terrain. So he's actually, I mean, you can see him kind of light up like, oh, thank the Lord, I do not have to do that. And he's like, you know what? I will do as much as I can to go as fast as possible to get this going if we get to come back really quick. Because God forbid if I have to have fucking Mark run my fish shop. Okay, so he's in.
All right. Well, I'm gonna turn in for the night, and get prepped for tomorrow morning.
Okay.
Same, except for
I'm
going to really stress to Dalhis that tomorrow is extremely important. And although it worked out today that he charged the person, maybe tomorrow they still try to do what we talked about and lure him toward me so I can help.
We'll do. Sorry, I got really excited.
Oh, I understand. It's okay, buddy. You did great today. I'm just saying that if this person's as tough as we think that they are, we're going to need every chance we get. So
I agree.
I
agree.
So remember what the plan is.
So you guys actually
stop them in their tracks, roar at them. I'll take care of the rest.
You guys actually got to sit down and like talk a little bit more like you're doing right now about how you wanted to handle it. And you're discussing the girl that you saw fight. And yeah, you guys were mightily impressed when watching her fight. I mean, she did basically the same thing. I mean, she didn't even run over. She just sauntered over while the other person charged. And she just reared back and just went right in the guy's face. And the dude just went straight down. And then she went up and put her foot right on his throat and sat there. And they had to like quickly call it off before she stepped down on his windpipe. Like, you were like, oh, wow, she is serious business.
I would make
Lucia, are you sure you
I would make
come?
a desperate plea to Lucia to go like, look, he could get really hurt.
The thing is, she did take one punch right before. She didn't try and dodge. She just sat there and let him hit her right in the jaw, and it looked like his hand broke.
I express all this to Lucia and give her my best wide-eyed, desperate plea for her to at least to attend.
Lucia smiles back and she just goes, I won't be there, but Lord Apollo will be.
Well, then hopefully he can spare a healing spell.
Okay.
All right. So next morning, you get your little sheet underneath the door, but you already know who you're facing. You watch the matches, and that kind of gets you there. So when you're going up, I mean, you made a really good impression on Saru, but that chick also made a really good impression on Saru. So you're not going to end up getting as good as odds as last time. They thought you just got lucky, but now you've had 2 fights in a row where you actually did pretty well for yourself. And you're still not favored, so you're not getting small money back on this one. So you'll still get a little bit more, but your odds are down a little bit. They're not as drastically down as you were the time beforehand.
Okay.
All right. I will. Yeah. I'll still put in my 5 gold on myself.
And yeah.
Okay. So I mean that looks like, if you were to guess, that's going to get him back about 8 gold in total.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
In that case, then I'm going to be a little bit more nervous based on what I saw. And
7 platinum pieces.
I'm going to go ahead and bet 15 this time instead of 20.
Okay. If you guys want to take out the 5 and 15 from your inventories there.
Yep.
All right. And done.
Okay.
Done.
All right. So, Brian, if you want to give a little introduction to your boy again.
Oh, sure. So, as always, we roll up, except for this time, I wanted to make sure that there was some really a good amount of fanfare behind what was happening here. So what I would do is I'd use my prestidigitation to make a few quote unquote special effects happen. But of course, it's one of those deals where you can do it without basically people knowing you're doing it. It's not like a huge, I don't have to whatever. So basically, I'm talking flickering lights and like smoke, puffs of wind. I can do puffs of wind and that sort of thing, going on, as in almost like a little gust behind him as you exit and whatever. Bathed in fire and cloaked in mystery, Doomfist rises once again to take down his challenger. And I give the whole speech, trying to hype the crowd up.
The crowd's packed. They've heard about this heavyweight fight. This is a big deal in Ereriar, this tournament coming around. Even the amateur one, people come out for it.
This is like the Friday night main event.
Yeah, this is like the Friday night, this is like the high school football in the South, where it's people will come out just to see this, even though it's amateur. You're going to get bigger crowds at the big cities with the pro teams or the pro fighters, excuse me. But that's how this is. This is a really big matchup for your high school football team type thing. So there's a lot of rowdy people there. They're all cheering. And you found out that this girl she's from Ereriar right here. She didn't come to Ereriar to come into this tournament, because anybody can come from anywhere. They just have to fight in the little tournaments. I mean, she's a hometown hero basically. So she's this big fighter. So Brian, if you can go, or Silver, can you go through and give me a
performance? Yeah,
a performance check.
21.
Man, you are sitting there with the prestidigitation coming up with the fireworks, everything. Everybody's like, oh, and everybody thinks they're actual fireworks, because magic's not that prevalent in this world. So they're like, oh man, this guy's got some backing, woo. They're all cheering. They're all getting loud. Everybody's getting into it. I mean, they're ready for a good fight from this, even though she's the hometown hero. They're like, this is just going to be a good fight. They're excited. You got half the crowd. You hear them chanting, not Dollhiss, Doomfist. So you've got the whole thing going on, and you're just amping everybody up.
Talking about.
Okay.
All right.
Dollhiss, I didn't know if there's any roar or anything like that you were wanting to do?
I'll of course do my roar while the fireworks are going on.
Okay.
And I roll a 13.
That's not bad.
I'm actually going to say that since this crowd is so hyped up on you, this is actually going to give you another +1 to your strikes, not to damage, but to your actual attack rolls.
Strikes. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So when I do roll, I'll just add one.
Just add it in your head.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. So if that's it, then I think we're about ready to roll initiative here.
Oh man, I gotta tell you, I'm so nervous right now.
So am I.
Yep. Let's roll initiative.
All right.
Okay.
Oh, I gotta select my character, don't I?
I wasn't selected. Shoot.
Oh man. Yeah. Well, that won't count. It will occur. You saw what
I'll change what you guys had.
It's fine. It's fine. You can.
I can just change it myself.
Okay.
It's easy. So Silver, you are going first because you did roll a 21 on your initiative.
So once again, I'm prepping a prestidigitation and turning to the crowd, but this time I use my turn to get their attention to say something more specific. I say, while she may be a hometown hero, methinks the lady is more afraid of my fighter. Watch. Just watch and see. And I leave it at that. And so I'm trying to draw all their attention toward her expression. Is what I'm trying to draw their attention toward, or toward her in general, I should say.
Okay. Well, it is her turn next. So is there anything I should know before?
Are you trying to mess with her constitution? Is that what you're doing?
I'm trying to, yes, a little bit, but I'm also trying to make sure that eyes are focused on her.
Okay, that's what I wanted to make sure you weren't going to do anything right this turn here.
Okay,
I can't yet. So, she's not in range.
Okay, so she is going to saunter just to right here. Like, it is a slow saunter. You can tell she's just like, okay, let's get this done with. Okay. And Dalhis, it is now your turn.
Okay, I'm gonna move to the side of the arena that Brian's on, but not. I'm just gonna kind of saunter over as well, kind of starting to plan. Just trying to draw her down. Into me. Yeah, staring her down, going. What do you got, Basha? Trying to do like a little intimidation.
Okay, can you roll me an intimidation?
Okay. Dalhis rolls a 14.
Okay. And it does nothing to her. She just looks at you and kind of goes, eh. She sees what you're doing and she totally gets it. It does not matter to her. Silver, it's your turn.
Okay. In that case, watch as she stands at a distance because she's too afraid to approach a Doomfist. It's like, does her fear know no bounds? And I kind of give like a little hand motion toward Dalhis, like trying to give like the up hand, like a roar or something like that, trying to give him like a motion, like really like play it up.
She looks right over at Silver. She locks eyes with you and she just gives you the finger. Like, you can tell this means nothing to her. You doing what you do, and the crowd is like, oh. Like, she interacted with you. That's a big deal in the general that she even like looked over at you. But she's seen you sit there and try and pump people up. She watched the last fight as well. She knows what you're doing and she does not give one shit.
Okay.
And she continues to saunter in as straight of a line as you. I tried to do a straight line to Dalhis and I'm not avoiding your circle, but that's just roughly a straight line. And she's just walking straight towards Dalhis still.
Okay. At this point, I'm going to come right here.
Okay. Are you walking towards her? Like, what's your?
Oh yeah. I'm at this point. I'm still walking.
Okay. I'm just wanting to see what your
I'm walking towards her,
okay.
But I am going to walk up to her, kind of glare, and then just go. You ready? And kind of at this point, I'll have some sportsmanship. I'll touch gloves. Touch gloves.
She's actually pretty she's all right with it. She comes out and she does the if it's some kind of like fighter thing, I'll just say it is that she's like, yeah, let's do this. And you can tell, I mean, she's confident that she's about to kick your ass anyway. She's like, whatever. Okay. And she definitely does a respectful she does the Dark Souls bow to you, basically.
Yes. And at that point I go, fair enough, and I'll go ahead and swing one arm, an unarmed strike.
Okay.
And
now I'm just. Oh, yep.
Crit fail.
It's not going to matter. I was just going to let you know, like, again, she's going to be a little tougher. She's going to have some other things in her bag of tricks. So you go through, and can you just roll me a D20, just straight D20?
Yep. Sorry. Give me a second. And roll a 5.
So you go through and you swing. You swing at her, like, you guys touch gloves, and she's still sitting there like, okay, do whatever you want to do now if you're wanting to do this, because she gave somebody else a free hit as well. You go through, she doesn't move, and you swing and just completely miss her.
Oh, God.
Can you roll me a 1d3? Do you have to write that out, or do you? Just give me a d4 then, if that's easier, just to click.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. And you actually go through and like kind of hurt your elbow a little bit, throwing this punch super hard, and it goes through and does you for 3 points of damage.
Oh. 3. Okay. And I'm also going to use my bonus action to do the dodge. So I'll use my 1 key point and do a dodge move for this next turn.
Okay. She nope, I guess it's Silver's turn. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Silver.
As at that point, I go, I turn to the crowd and go, see how he toys with her?
I'm gonna need a deception check from you.
Oh, hell.
Not even performance. This is deception. Okay. Everybody saw him go. Yep. Like gave a Gus scream after swinging.
Deception roll is a 16.
Actually, quite a bit of the crowd around you actually believes you that this must be just some ploy. There's no way this fighter just straight up missed. And like I said, he gave like a little Gus scream after missing. Like, like that had to have been fake. There's no way that big old monster just made that noise.
He toys with her as if she were nothing but a child's plaything.
Okay, but I think Safray, I think Miss Basha, she knows what just happened. Doll has just missed. She saw the intent in her eyes, and she rears back, and she's gonna throw a punch right at Dollhiss. Does an 11 beat your AC?
No, it does not.
And especially because you have a dodge on as well, right?
Yeah, correct.
So how does dodge work, just in case I've got for the next one?
I focus entirely on dodging attacks or avoiding attacks until the start of my next turn. Every roll is a disadvantage.
Okay.
So
it's just a disadvantage thing.
If they do hit, I do make a dex saving throw with advantage.
Okay, cool. All right, so she misses anyway, so that still burns your key point though, right? Because you're focused on dodging. Yeah. Good. So yeah, she goes through and you nimbly did that, and she tries to take advantage of you after you were kind of off to the side with your swing, and she tries to take advantage of it, but you nimbly dodge back, and that kind of helps out the whole deception thing that Silver was trying to do in the crowd. So she's kind of like, oh wow, maybe that was a deft thing. Okay. And it's now Dollhiss's turn.
All right. I will strike again for 22 for my AC.
Yep. 22 AC. And can you give me a damage roll?
Dollhiss rolls a 6.
So you once you dodged her swing, and you come right back with a counter, to where now the entire crowd believes, yep, that was an actual deception. He purposely did that to get her off balance. Man, this guy is a clever fighter.
Of course.
That was a great ploy on his part. And you go through and you connect pretty well with Safray's rib cage on this fight. Silver, it's now.
Wait, I still have a bonus action.
You have more? Okay, go ahead.
I'm going to use another key point and put on dodge again.
Okay.
I have used all my key points now.
Yeah. It's my turn now, right?
Yeah, it's Silver. It's your turn.
And I can't. She's still out of my range, isn't she? God dang it. At that point, I'm still just being a blowhard at this point. I'm just sitting there, just saying things like, You see, as he strikes her at his leisure, so she's so afraid she won't even come near me.
Okay, give a performance again.
Yep.
I kept wanting to say perception,
fine.
but performance again.
It's an 11.
Okay. All right, so you do this, and the crowd kind of like is still with you at the same rate that they were with you beforehand.
Okay.
You know, the people that were really with Dalhis are still really with Dalhis, and the other people that are really with Safrey are like, oh, boo, no, Safrey's awesome, like that. Yeah. But Safrey looks right over at you again, and after getting hit by Dalhis in the ribs, just looks up at you, and you can tell she's like, okay, something's going on over there. And now it is Safrey's turn. So that was the beginning of her move. She saw that. She's going to come right back, and she's going to shuffle over a little bit, and she's going to take another swing at Dalhis. And she's going to connect right in with Dalhis. She had disadvantage, but still, she ends up still hitting. But
I get to make a dex saving throw.
Yeah, but I don't know what that's based on. Like on her unarmed attack, what is the dex? Like, I don't know what the success of a dex saving throw would be.
I think that 24 advantage is.
Yeah, so you have advantage on the dex throw.
I have advantage on dex throw, so I rolled a 24.
Okay, well, I'll say the 24 hit because I don't know. The 12 may have been close to something. So you were able to go through. She throws another punch right at you. And you're able to, again, nimbly dodge right out of the way. Everybody else going, oh, man. Yeah, this Dallas guy is just playing her. You know, it's doing the whole, if you ever see a Floyd Mayweather fight where he's just kind of dodging constantly, like that's how it kind of looks. But obviously, yeah, but obviously Dallas actually throws a punch instead of Mayweather. And Dalhis goes through and dodges the punch.
Thank God I spent that point. Oh, that would have hurt. All right.
Dalhis, it's now your turn.
I will. Oh, wait. I almost used my weapon. I will do an unarmed strike. Oh. And
so
miss.
You go through and you take a swing, and she easily gets away from it as she's starting to kind of pick up on your tactics here. She's figuring out a little bit of your tells when you're fighting. Okay. Silver.
Oh, wait, no, I'm going to use my bonus action of another unarmed strike.
It is Dalhis' turn for an unarmed strike.
Dalhis rolls a 23.
So she's picking up on the one, but you came right back with a different hit. And you catch her again, and she's surprised by this next blow that comes across, and you're able to hit her pretty hard, and you can see like, oh, that did some damage to her. She's looking a little rough for wear there. Can you guys see the health bar?
Yes,
on her. Yeah, so
bloodied.
she's feeling pretty hurt there. Silver, now it's your turn, right? There's no other bonus action.
Yeah, that's it. That's all I can do.
At this point, upon seeing that. And knowing that she's not getting any closer, I just try to get the crowd into a chant going, Doom Fist, Doom Fist, Doom Fist.
All right, give me a performance.
Come on, baby. I want to get the crowd in on this.
Roll good.
A 10. Dang it. It's right in the middle.
So you get the same crowd that's been with you the whole time chanting with you, but you hear some of the other people are trying to start the chant, and they're trying to counter it with Safrey, or no, they probably did Basha, trying to chant against you. So everything's kind of canceling out the chants, and it's just a lot of noise in the arena at this point. Safrey is just going to come right back, and she's going to take
a bonus action and try to invent the wave. I'm kidding. You're right.
You know my personal feelings on the wave, right?
Yeah. Yes.
Are you sure you want to give Dalhis a negative modifier?
No. I was just playing.
Okay. Safrey, you can see something light up in her eyes where she's never been to this point before, but it's not a good light up where you're like, oh, I've got her on the ropes. It's a, oh shit. And she comes back and just with reckless abandon swings at you. 18 hits.
Yes, 18 hits.
She comes back with reckless abandon and strikes you. for 9 damage. So she comes right back and hits you right in your dragon face.
And I'm bloodied as well now.
This is literally like watching Rocky. No defense.
right.
Everyone's just slugging each other.
All right, Dalhis, you've got only a handful of points left.
You have to put her away, kid.
At this point, I'm a little bit scared as well because that hurt
And you did
me.
see her, that punch that came at you. It's, like in Dragon Ball Z, where all of a sudden the person's like, where did that speed come from? Because they took off clothing or something along those lines. That's kind of what you felt right there, was like, where the fuck did that fast punch come from? Where it seems like, oh my god, did she just kick it into another gear?
Okay. At this point, I'm obviously very scared and want to win. I decide it is time to pull out my trump card.
Okay. Explain how you're going to be doing this.
I open my mouth and what looks like a roar and spew acid breath straight towards her.
What? Burning someone's face off? I mean, I was all about like little tricks and stuff, but this is gonna melt the woman's face off? Oh no!
I'm not using any weapons.
So this is I want to make sure I remember how acid breath works.
Yep. Let's see. I think. Oh, oops. Sorry. Give me a second.
That's fine. I just want to make sure I know how it works, because they got to she has to make a saving throw, and even if she makes the saving throw, she takes half damage, correct?
I believe that is correct. It's been
DC is
Constitution
11.
save. It says on that little thing.
Yeah,
there.
it's a Constitution plus your proficiency plus 8. So whatever your Constitution modifier is right now, Burke.
Let's see here. It's that. Let's see here. I rolled. Okay, give me a second. Let me just.
The DC 11 right there.
Yeah.
Rolling 11 save, or is that just the number that you had typed in for it? I guess just what's your Constitution bonus?
+1.
Okay, so 8 plus 1 plus 2, so it's still 11 then.
Yeah, it's 11.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so she has to beat an 11
She has to be an 11
Constitution.
Constitution save.
And if she gets 11, she gets half damage, right? So, as always, what you do in D&D is you roll down, but I'm going to give, so that would be 4 points regardless. But this is a tough fight, so I'm going to say that if she makes the save, she's going to go down to 1 hit point.
Okay.
All right, so she's got to make a Constitution save. Unfortunately, that's one of her best saves.
Oh God.
And she critically fails!
Oh my god!
Oh yes.
Do you believe in miracles?
So with all the tricks that she had learned from watching Dalhis fight these last couple, because she's been at the arena every day, she's been training for the glory of the Ereriar champion, going to Davy and taking this entire region by storm with her fights. She watched you punch and fight and dodge. You brought out a couple tricks, but she was catching on. And then you opened up your mouth and spat acid at her. And she was like, what? And it just goes through and it fries her down. I'm going to say that you attempted to not completely murder this chick.
Yes.
And that maybe you just like went after, you said, you know what? I don't know how you did it,
He
but
did
you
acid,
purposely
he did
went after.
acid spittle, not acid like he
Yeah.
didn't just vomit acid on
Was
her.
at
He
her-
had
it
like
was
just
at her
like
feet. I aimed
flecks
at her
of it.
feet.
Yeah.
You did it very deftly to where she definitely knows what the hell fucking just happened, but she tries to dive to the side after you start kind of spitting at her, and she tries to dive away from it. She completely trips and falls as she's trying to dive this way. She's diving up to her top left. She trips herself and runs right into the stone pillar that's kind of right there, hits her head and just lays. So she actually dodged every bit of the acid that came out. So you didn't hit her with any of the acid, but she dives to the side, hits her head on it, and then just lays there, just knocked out cold. And the tournament, everybody in the tournament goers kind of go quiet because they have no idea what the hell just happened. Like, you did such a little acid spit that she got hit by a little of it and was like, oh shit, and she jumped out of the way. Everybody's just sitting there going, I mean, it's sort of dead silent in this arena, and the tournament guy comes out, checks the pulse on Safray, touches her, checks the pulse on her, and goes over to Dalhis, raises Dalhis's arm, and the entire crowd just erupts into cheers as they crown Dalhis, or Doomfist in their head, the Ereriar battle champion.
Am I able to set off any sort of? Do I feel safe enough in the crowd, like where I'm hidden enough to shoot off a bunch of like little sparkles and firework type things?
No one's paying attention to Silver anymore.
I'm just gonna make sure that like that stuff's going up, going Doomfist.
I mean, there's people patting you on the back because they kind of could tell that you're with him, obviously doing the introductions and stuff. But I mean, the main thing is people are jumping down from the crowd. They're charging the field. Everybody's coming down there, and they're all chanting Doomfist's name.
Oh my goodness!
Doomfist,
I can't believe that worked.
The greatest of all warriors.
Oh.
That worked out so fucking perfect for you. It's not even funny.
That's amazing.
I had this whole thing come up if you did use your acid breath, but it just worked out so perfect. It's just going to get swept under the rug. Oh shit, man. I was trying to give you an idea like, hey, if you wanted to use that potion you had in your pocket, you could use that now. And you're like, I'm going to go to my trump card. I was like, here comes the potion. Here comes the plan. You're like, I'm going to fucking acid breath her face off. I was like, oh shit. Forgot about that. Okay. I completely gotten onto the health vial train.
I mean, to be frank, like I was waiting for her to get close because like the trick I've been wanting to use all time I never got to use, which is I can soil an object that was going to make it look like she peed her pants, and I was going to have everyone be staring at her. That was the whole point, so that I was like, oh, look, she's so afraid she wet herself.
See, and I had it in my head that you were just trying to get people to look at her, and then you were going to do something like weird with her eyes or make her look different or maybe do that so he could get away and like heal up real quick, like just at the right moment or something.
I was just trying to make it look like she literally peed herself so that way everyone would have so she would have been embarrassed.
That was awesome.
I can't believe that worked out the way it did.
So I'm assuming we go over and
can we collect our money
to our friend and collect the money. Oh, so I'll obviously get what? 8 gold for the betting, right? Yeah.
Yeah, so you're going to get 508 gold.
There you go.
That tournament was worth 500 gold to win.
Woo. Oh my god. So yeah, I now have quite a bit of gold. Wow. I'll take most of it. And Brian, what did you get for your betting for his 15?
You got 25 gold on that 25. Because again, he rounded you up a little bit because he was like, shit, you just made me a lot of money. Nobody was betting on you. Everybody was like, I'm taking the safe bet. We've seen this girl fight.
Mm-hmm. Wow. That's awesome. So anyways, there we go.
Hey, remember that time where we went from 0 to hero on money?
No kidding. Where the monk with 10 gold pieces in his name now has 500 or so. Yeah. Wow. Okay. So now that's done, when we're getting the money from what's his name, Saru.
Mm-hmm.
We'll tell him, hey, we're probably gonna head out the next couple of days to your ruins. Thanks to your support here.
And he looks over, he goes, after seeing you guys fight, holy crap, yeah, if you guys can fight like him, you guys are gonna come back rich men.
Silver has stars in his eyes.
As this is occurring, Lucia runs up and she's going to see that Dalhis is still bloodied and quickly use healing word on him.
And that's for 9 hit points. I'm still down 3, just so you're aware. And I'm good because you did it twice.
And then right in the middle while he's thinking, like, if you guys can do what he did, and he looks over and Lucia comes right up, puts her, do you have to put hands on?
Healing word is ranged.
Oh, ranged. Okay.
Yeah.
And he sees you kind of like mumbling and just ever so slightly he picks up because he did really well looking over at why you came up and kind of started mumbling right near him. And you see Dalhis kind of like some of the maybe a bone or two broke, kind of snap back into place right in his face from the punch that he took. And he's like, oh yeah, you guys are gonna rock this. Hell yeah, you guys are gonna rock this.
Sweet. All right. I'm hungry.
So Silver's like, Andy, we need to get some drinks.
And a little thirsty.
It's like,
go back.
Is that where you guys are heading back to the?
Well, yeah. We have to,
back
the thing is, we have to wait for Scott. So I mean, unless you guys have something specific you wanted to do, I was thinking that we would pretty much just be riding high on this win. Going back, eating and drinking and whatever until Scott's ready, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, if you guys are going to do that, then that's definitely going to be the rest of the night. Scott gets a hold of you the next day, and he goes, "Hey, can we just delay leaving until tomorrow? I just don't have the ability. I can't get anybody in there. I can't get somebody to come in until tomorrow to take over for my fish up. I have to be there today. Can we just head out tomorrow? Is that all right with everybody?"
Yeah,
that works. Yeah, and I think we're at our 5th or 6th day here. Is this the 5th day? Do you remember?
Sure.
I don't know.
We'll say day 5.
Okay. Yeah. So
I think
not
we
exactly
have to go
sure.
pay for more horse boarding.
yeah, that's what I was going to ask. I was like, we might have to go pay for another night of horses.
Okay. Okay. So who's going to go pay for the night of horses?
I will with my winnings.
Okay. Dalhis, you head over there, and the stable boy behind the counter.
Yeah.
In the front, he goes, "Oh, it's the Ereriar champion!"
And
he comes up and he greets you, and he's yelling. You can tell, and whatever the equivalent of, "Hey, can we take a selfie in a Valaclaci?" is, that's what he's basically going for.
Put it on Instagram.
Yeah, he comes right up, and he goes, "Hey, what are you doing here? You gonna buy a horse from us? What's going on? What you doing here?"
I was like, oh no, those 2 horses over there are mine or mine and my companion. So I wanted to make sure I was good.
That's yours. That's yours.
Yes, it is, sir.
Don't even worry about it, man. You gave us a great show today.
Oh,
No, don't even worry about it. Don't even worry about it. Hey, Todd. Yeah, put a couple extra. That's the champions car. Yeah, no, the left with the 2 horse. No, yeah, that one. Yeah. Put a couple extra security guards on that one tonight. We don't want anybody messing with it. We don't want this guy coming in and showing his fist to us. right, Todd? No, that was awesome.
Yeah,
dude, thanks so much, man. That was such a fun matchup to watch. I can't wait to see you in the national tournament or the regional tournament.
Oh, you're going down to Davie in a couple of weeks to see
Am I going to go down to Davie? Ereriar's basically going to be empty while everybody goes down to Davie to watch that thing.
Well, awesome. Well, we'll probably be we'll definitely be heading that way eventually. But I think we're heading out tomorrow for something else. If you could have the horses ready in the morning, I would appreciate it.
Oh, we are gonna have these things groomed, clean. Hey, Todd, get the grooming gear. We're making these horses look good. Oh, we'll have this all ready. Don't you worry, man.
Well, thanks to both you and Todd. I appreciate it.
Oh, no, thank you. And he sits there and shakes your hand vigorously. And you can tell he's trying to put extra little oomph into his shake to like see if he matches up to you. And he does not. But you're nice enough to kind of just shake back. And he's like, oh, shit. Okay, yeah, he's definitely the real deal.
All right. Well, I'll go back with my companions and continue drinking the night away in celebration. With my friend Daisy. I mean,
Lucia. Well, at that point, now that the tournament's over, what is Lucia's demeanor like? Or now that everything's kind of like we're done with the tournament, although we're still talking about it and celebrating it. Like, is she angry at it with us still, or is she kind of I mean, she's gonna be happy that it worked out, so she's gonna be smiling. She's obviously not going to partake in the drinking, but right. You can tell that her mood is uplifted too. And
At some point, though, she is probably going to be kind of the buzzkill and be like, okay, like, I'm glad this worked out, but, you know, there's no way that we can jump into the next level tournament.
Not without rescuing that guy.
Agreed.
I think we have a busy few weeks ahead of us, guys.
I will agree with you on that.
And meanwhile, it's at that point, by the way, is there any in this world, is there any sort of like, I don't know how to describe it, but like, think like either the Bilbo or Gandalf pipe style thing. Like, is there anything like that in this world?
Oh yeah, no, there's definitely things like that.
Okay, then in that case, I'd say I would like Silver to light to go get one of those. It's in honor of the event and light it up and just be like, we're gonna have a good time. And I don't care if it costs me a gold piece or whatever to buy it. That's fine.
As long as it's the best weed from South Farthing.
There you exactly. Yeah,
I'm going to say there's randomly in this town of Ereriar, there happened to be a smoke shop, and all they had is kind of the finest items. So you end up finding their cheapest pipe was like 2 gold pieces. So it's a nice little pipe.
Nice pipe.
And there's some other ones that are a lot like bigger and fancier and ornate if you really want to kind of look into any of those. But you find some nice pipe, and it comes with a little bit of material, whichever type of material you're looking for to put in this pipe. So
perfect. He's just doing it. I'm literally spending.
Well, not the cheap one.
I'm
but
literally spending 2 gold for a dramatic effect for a one-liner, and that's all I care about. So sure,
cool.
We're doing
that.
So
you get your nice little. We'll say it weighs 0.1, just to let you know.
Perfect. I changed my money, and I'm adding it to my inventory.
Cool.
All right.
Is 0.1.
I'm assuming we'll go off to bed and start our next journey tomorrow morning.
I like it.
All right. I guess we'll end there for the day.
We'll see you guys next week.